In my July analytics video, I shared that my revenue goal for August was to hit $20,000. Did I do it? No. My name is Taylor and my channel is focused on all things Etsy and print on demand. If those are two things that interest you, I'd love to have you introduce yourself in the comments. I'll be sure to say hi and subscribe for more videos like this. Here on my channel, I share my journey with Etsy and print on demand, as well as create content surrounding the tips and tricks I've learned along the way. As you know, these analytic videos are more casual, so we're gonna just walk through my analytics for August. I'm going to just touch on my strategies this month, what I was focused on, what went well, what I would make adjustments with, and of course, talk about my profit. I just want to preface before we dive into the numbers that this video is not to brag or anything like that. I really just want to share what I'm doing, how it's working, how it's going, so that I can hopefully inspire others to start their print-on-demand businesses or just continue their print-on-demand businesses if they've already began. For August, as you can see, I did not meet my goal of $20,000 in revenue. However, it was still my best month yet. I'm very proud of it. I did $18,797.17 in total revenue. We're gonna break that down into what I actually profit off that as well. But first, let's just go through my dashboard, looking at my analytics. So as you can see, my visits were relatively consistent with them starting to climb a little bit on the later half. I don't know what the heck happened here. I will say every now and then I notice that I think it's bot behavior where I'll have these random spikes on random days. And I think this is related to that. I didn't do anything in particular to make that happen. It just happens. I remember the first time this ever happened to me was back in February. All of a sudden, I was getting tons of views and I'm like, what is happening? Where are these people coming from? What's interesting about it then is I had a lot of views during that phase from Etsy marketing and SEO down here. What's different this time is it wasn't from Etsy marketing and SEO. So I'm not really sure where that came from. Looking at my orders, my order volume was pretty consistent all month long. You can see most days were double-digit order numbers, which was awesome. I was happy to be pretty consistent throughout the month. It's always exciting for me when I have a day that's over 20 orders. Overall, my conversion rate has stayed relatively consistent from the time that I began my Etsy shop to now. However, it has definitely increased a little bit. I would say that on average, and we can actually take a look. If I go to all time, my conversion rate's at 2.8%. But if you actually go line by line and look at each of these numbers, here in the last couple months, really starting at May, you'll see that I was pretty consistent to be over 3%, which is great to see. For September, I'm over 4%, but it's also only the third day. So I think that'll level out. It's definitely increased a little bit. I think that has been a result of just my listing quality improving. I've taken a lot more time. I've taken a lot more of my own advice and made sure to really put time into my listings and making sure that they answer any questions that a buyer might have so that they do convert and they do purchase that product. Now, if we look at my revenue, same thing. It looks all over the place, but every day is different. I personally find that generally weekdays are what I see higher volume revenue with as opposed to the weekends. Saturdays especially are the slowest days for my Etsy shop. Just shy of $19,000. I'm really happy about that. As far as how shoppers found my Etsy store, majority of it is through Etsy search. I've definitely built up a great ranking with a good chunk of my listings at this point with my SEO. And so most of the time people are finding me organically through search. I do also pay for Etsy ads. So that is really a large chunk over here. Here is my monthly statement just to break down all of my sales and fees. So if we look in just this first column, my total sales amounted to nearly $22,000. This total price is including the shipping costs for items as well. So you're not going to see shipping costs in the dashboard revenue number. That is just based off of the sales price of the product that the individual purchased. So this always is going to look a little bit higher for that reason. However, if you were a shop that offered free shipping, you probably would see this a little bit more in line with your revenue number. I had 6 refunds throughout the month. I am pretty accommodating to refunds. If somebody sends me a message and they're just not happy with the product for whatever reason, generally I just refund them their money. I rather just refund it, give them their money back, and save myself from the headache and a potential negative review. It's just less of a headache for me to do that. And this is still a very small percentage of what I had coming in. I know that sometimes this number can look scary, like, oh wow, you refunded almost $200. But that's in comparison to nearly $22,000. So relatively speaking, generally you're not going to see issues necessarily with your customers so frequently where you're going to have to be worrying about refunds and things like that all the time, if that's what you were wondering. Etsy fees, I paid $2,289.58. These are just your standard listing fees, which also include the relisting fees that you pay each time you make a sale on a product, as well as transaction fees and processing fees. This is required by essentially using Etsy as your platform. And then looking at marketing. So looking at my budget for Etsy ads, and I actually got a decent amount of offsite ads, which if you watched my July analytics, I talked about offsite ads and how I didn't see a lot of traffic from offsite ads, or not necessarily traffic, but I didn't see a lot of sales from offsite ads. So it was interesting to see that that began to increase this month. And I do pay for Etsy Plus. Something that I wanted to mention in this video, because I don't think I've broken this down before. If you're somebody who does Etsy ads and is listing new items in your shop, personally, I feel that Etsy Plus is worth it because they give you $5 towards your Etsy ad budget each month, which I know is like, wow, $5, but they give you $5. So essentially the $10 that you're paying for Etsy Plus, $5 of that is going towards your Etsy ad budget. So then you're really only paying $5 for Etsy Plus, but Etsy Plus also gives you 15 free listings. So 15 times 0.2 for the 20-cent listing fee, that's $3 worth of listings that they're giving you by having Etsy Plus. So you're getting $5 towards your ads that you were already going to be spending, $3 towards listings that you were already going to be spending if you're listing new products. So essentially you're paying $3 a month. And with that $3 a month, you're also getting some additional features with how you can lay out your shop and your featured listings and featured albums. And you can do a little bit of different customization with your shop. I think it's worth it. I mean, I'm paying for Etsy ads anyway. I'm paying for listing fees anyway. Hi, this is Editing Taylor here, and I am watching me explain that math back, and I just realized that that is the most girl math that could have ever been explained, and me justifying Etsy Plus. But if you know, you know. Comment down below if you believe in girl math. Now, I also mentioned in my July analytics video that in July I had raised my budget for my Etsy ads, and y'all, did it again. I raised my budget for my Etsy ads, which I said I was gonna do. I did it a little bit more than what I was thinking, but I don't know, I was feeling crazy. Here are my Etsy ads. You can probably tell where I increased the budget on August 19th because my views went up quite a bit. And so looking at just the analytics overall, you can see my clicks, they went up as well at that point because I was putting more money. And my orders, they went up a little bit in that last half as well. However, I even had a day where I didn't get any orders as a result of Etsy ads. I still got orders every single day, but not from Etsy ads on this particular day. As far as the breakdown of my revenue earned versus my spendings. First, let's look at the spending so that I can share what I did. So I was originally at $20 a day with my Etsy ads, and it's so interesting to me when I have a day that I don't spend the full amount. I raised my ad spend to $50 a day. Like I said, I was feeling a little spunky. I don't know. I intend on raising it more as we get closer to Q4, and I'm going to really test putting a pretty large ad budget because I'm still profiting. I'm not at a loss, and really comparing my spend to my revenue. When we look at my profit margin, which we're gonna get to in a second here, I'm really not losing money by running Etsy ads. I'm kind of just right at that break even point, which I'm happy with. I've talked about Etsy ads a lot before on my channel. I went into Etsy ads quite a good bit in my last analytics video, so definitely watch that if you haven't already, or watch my Etsy ads strategy video. So let's talk profit. So after Etsy fees, marketing, all of the different things that I paid into Etsy, Etsy tells me that my net profit was $17,290.60. However, I still have to pay my print providers for the products that I did purchase. And I paid Printify $12,186.44, which leaves me at $5,104.16. Now, I also sold some products through Printful. So I'm gonna subtract that, which was $739.77, which leaves me a profit of $4,364.39. So we can take that profit and divide that by my revenue of $18,797.17. And that gives us a profit margin of 23%. It was a little bit of a lower profit margin than what I typically see. However, I attribute that to raising my Etsy ads for that later portion of the month. I was spending quite a bit more into ads. However, I feel that I'm going to see the benefits of that as we get into September, October, and the rest of the year. Overall, I'm happy with this. I work a full-time job outside of my Etsy and print-on-demand business. So this is really just extra income for me. If you have any questions, definitely leave a comment down below. I try to be very active in my comments and respond to as many as I can. As far as my goals for September, I would love to hit that $20,000 revenue threshold, as that was my goal for August. And other than that, I'm going to focus on listing. I am looking to add some more listings into my shop for the Q4 season. As far as my focus with my listings, I'm focused more on evergreen than I am on seasonal. I am going to do some seasonal listings. However, I don't want that to be the main focus for me, as I want this to continue to go into the new year, and evergreen seems to be the most sustainable way for me to be able to do that. I also think of Q4 being such a strong gift giving season, and when you go to give a gift, there's not many people that are going to buy you a Christmas themed item as your gift. They're generally going to buy you more of those evergreen items. And so this is my advice to you. Evergreen items can really be a big hit in Q4. And so I encourage you to maybe do a little bit of both yourself if you are really focused on just those seasonal holidays and creating listings for those at the moment. Let me know your September goals in the comments down below also. I don't want to just share my goals. I want to hear your goals, and maybe we can support and inspire and uplift each other in the comments as well. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next one.